Coming up on Jersey Sports Zone, we wrap up our Week 4 coverage with 9 more games of action around the Garden State. At Keyport High, a legend was honored in a Saturday night special as the Red Raiders hosted South River.
This is Alex Lorenzo in Oradell. After a slow start by Bergen Catholic, find out how some smash-mouth football and a powerful running game led the Crusaders to a comeback win over St. Joe's. All the highlights coming up on Jersey Sports Zone.
This is Neri Rodriguez in windy West Orange, where Pope John remains undefeated as they take down Seton Hall Prep in this North Jersey football battle.
I'm Courtney DuPont reporting from Warren Hills High School, where the Somerville Pioneers just took on the Warren Hills Blue Streaks. After a scoreless first half, head coach Jeff Vanderbeek makes some halftime adjustments, and Ryan Kovacs comes up big in the second. Highlights coming up on Jersey Sports Zone.
I'm Mike Frankel in Atlantic County for a West Jersey Football League crossover game between St. Joseph and Pennsville. The Eagles making the trip east to Hamilton to square off against the Wildcats. We'll have all the highlights for you coming up in just a bit on JerseySportsZone.com.
I'm Rich Krampanis. Welcome to JerseySportsZone.com. It's been a football marathon for our team. 3 straight days of nonstop high school football action. Welcome to our Saturday Week 4 highlight show. It is time to jump into another great day of high school football, and we have to start with the 2 superpowers colliding. Alex Lorenzo brings us incredible highlights of St. Joe's Montvale at Bergen Catholic. That kicks off our Saturday Week 4 highlight show. What a scene in Oradell, a matchup of North Jersey superpowers. The Bergen Catholic Crusaders hosting St. Joseph Montvale. St. Joe's coming off a bye week. Johnny Langan and company had that huge comeback win against Paramus Catholic on Friday night. Opening drive, Johnny Langan finds trouble. It's Evan Stewart with the big stop there. The drive ends. So now Bergen Catholic having to punt. There's issues. It goes into the end zone, and that's a safety. St. Joe's puts 2 points on the board early in the game. Now it's time for Nick Patty and St. Joe's to go to work on offense. Good job of electing to run with the football. Nick Patty, a great decision maker. He picks up 23 yards, and then it's Patty to Yasir Berry. That's a 4-yard touchdown. Great catch in traffic. St. Joe's has a 9-0 lead in the first. Bergen Catholic responds. This is 3rd and 5. Johnny Langan to Dylan Classy. The future Princeton Tiger makes a 35-yard gain. What a grab right there. And then it's Langan going right back to Classy. Stay Classy. Dylan Classy from 32 yards out. Crusaders on the board. We've got a 9-7 game. In the second quarter, Patty has all kinds of time. Look at that protection by the O-line. Isaiah Hopkinson on the dump off. He's up the sideline, and see you later. Isaiah Hopkinson with an 84-yard touchdown, 16-7. The St. Joe lead is 9 early in the second quarter. This Bergen Catholic team was never going to back down, though. Crusaders on the read option look. Langan keeps it, lowers the boom. Tough running from Johnny Football. 11 yards, move the chains. And then it's Langan back to Classy. This Dylan Classy is a playmaker. Man, that is awesome. He takes the plunge into the zone. A 10-yard touchdown. We got a 16-14 game. Then it's the Crusaders defense stepping up. Aeneas DeCosmo, the quarterback sack. Bergen Catholic's going to get the ball back. And it's time for Johnny Langan to run that option again. Langan. Look at him running between the tackles. And this is a fantastic touchdown run. 22 yards for Johnny Langan. But hold everything. This one's called back due to holding. So instead of 7 points, Bergen Catholic has to settle for this field goal from Michael Kearney. 32 yards and 17-16 Crusaders. Under 2 minutes to go in the half. And Bergen Catholic gets the ball back just before the half, and this is big. Josh McKenzie from 23. Bergen's offense is rolling at the half. Crusaders go up 8, 24-16. Josh McKenzie coming up big in the closing moments of the first half. That was a great run right there. Second half action now. It's Patty with all kinds of time once again. Matt Alimo. He has made a lot of highlights on Jersey Sports Zone already. That's a 24-yard gain down to the 4-yard line, and it would lead to this. Isaiah Hopkinson is in the zone again. 4 yards, second touchdown of the game for Hopkinson. 24-23, St. Joe's down just 1. When Bergen Catholic needed an answer, they know who to go to. Josh McKenzie ran with a purpose in the second half. That is a big first down conversion right there. And with that great offensive line of Bergen Catholic, McKenzie caps off the drive, a 2-yard touchdown. His second of the game. The lead goes back up to 8, 31-23 Crusaders. Bergen Catholic's defense played tough in the second half. Patty brought down by Anthony Corbin and Jordan Morant. The Bergen Catholic offense goes back to work. The give is to Ramir Johnson, and you're going to need a whole lot more than a jersey to bring him down. Johnson is relentless. He's in the zone from 18 yards out. That's an awesome run right there. The lead goes back up to 15, 38-23. St. Joe Montvale would not go away. Yasir Berry. A 3-yard touchdown. It's a one-possession game. 7:08 to go in the fourth quarter. 38-30 Bergen Catholic in front. Johnny Langen would not be denied in this huge rivalry game. Langen going to do a little hurdle right there. He fights hard for every single yard. That drive would stall, but the Crusaders are able to milk the clock down to just a minute 32 to go. Kearney gets his second field goal from 35 yards out. That makes it an 11-point game. And the Bergen Catholic defense going to put on the exclamation point to an unbelievable effort. This is Jordan Morant with the big stick right there. And Bergen Catholic goes on to the 41-30 win as the student section and the players celebrate another home victory. That is great tradition right there. A real special moment if you ever get a chance to experience it. What a game. 41-30 is your final. Josh McKenzie had 20 carries for 106 yards and 2 touchdowns, and it was really the ability of Bergen Catholic to establish that ground game in the second half that really proved to be the difference. This is why we're so excited about Jersey Sports Zone heading up north to bring you 5 minutes of awesome highlights from 2 incredible teams. Our Alex Lorenzo, he was the man behind the lens, and after the game, got post-game reaction from the Crusaders following their 11-point win.
Thanks a lot, Rich. For a second week in a row, we see Bergen Catholic showing some grit and toughness, winning in comeback fashion once again, this time behind a perfectly executed running plan, and after the game, I caught up with the victorious Bergen Catholic Crusaders.
Well, our O-line just did a great job, mashing them in the mouth every play, and we just blocked it up really good, and when there's holes, we ran in them. So every single week we're playing for number 1 in the state, so that's just how our schedule is, and that's how we're going to roll.
It all starts up front today. I think we won the battle in the trenches, and we're able to run the ball. When you can run the ball, you can win games. I think Johnny played a phenomenal game today, and we had some plays, where the pass opened up the run, and the run opens up the pass. And we're just so versatile. We can throw the ball, we can run the ball, and teams really don't know who's getting it or what we're doing. So I think that really helps, the versatility of our team.
Reporting for Jersey Sports Zone, I'm Alex Lorenzo.
Thanks so much, Alex. We turn our coverage over to Neri Rodriguez, who has action from Seton Hall Prep, playing host to Pope John.
Thanks, Rich. Not the ideal start to a season for Seton Hall Prep. They came into this one still looking for their first win of the year against Pope John, but the Lions' offense was too much to handle as they still remain perfect on the year. Pope John making a trip to Seton Hall Prep for some quality Saturday football. Lions get it in the red zone early, and Burrell Neal finds his way to the blue to draw first blood. 7-0, 6:24 to go in the first. Pirates want to get in on some of that action, and number 9, Matt Colantuno, gets some free space, and he has his sights set on 6. 10 out of 10 on the belly flop, and it's tied up at 7s. Ensuing kickoff, Pope John mishandles the return, and there's going to be a scrum for the ball. Seton Hall comes up with it to take over in good field position. Next play, it's a screen pass to Aiden Gilman, who's going to toss it up to Dominic Busby, who makes the grab. Extra point no good, 13-7 with 4:40 remaining in the quarter. Lions trying to raise the stakes once again. Quarterback Nico Ronchich finds his 81 for the strike, and Ryan Dangler gets the TD. Pope John takes the lead to make it 14-13. But wait, there's more. 007 on the next touch hits Taj Jones in the end zone, and it's a one-score game. 21-13 to begin the second for the Lions. Pope John holds it down on D to make it back to the red zone, and Terrence Jones runs it in for the 2-yard touchdown with 4:48 remaining in the first half. Seton Hall Prep looking to get it jumping on their next possession, but Pope John comes up big with this fumble, and it looks like they're about to take over this one. That would set up this. Burrell Neal hits the hole, and he's off on the turf highway, headed for touchdown town. 2-point attempt after, no good, and the Lions lead it 33-13, 3:44 remaining in quarter number 2. And with 8 seconds left, Cameron Carty throws it to Andrew Perez, who bobbles the catch, but he comes up with it. Look at that concentration. We go into halftime. Pope John still in front, 33-20. Lions start their first drive of the third deep in their own woods, and Neal once again accepts the challenge. He breaks out of the rubble for an absolutely filthy run, and that's touchdown number 3 for number 3 in the third. It's an omen. Under 3 to go in the game. Lions just trying to run some clock, and Burrell Neal's trying to run more than that. Call him the letter C because the D was behind him for most of this one. His 4th of the day, and that would seal it up. Pope John secures the victory. They're still undefeated. Should be a good matchup when they take on Paramus Catholic next week. Neal finished with 16 carries for 186 yards and 4 touchdowns. He can stay up past 9 tonight. Seton Hall Prep will have to look towards their next game with Del Barton to try to get that first W. After the game, we caught up with some Lions and head coach Brian Carlson on his team's latest win.
Our game plan is always run the ball, and then after some things open up, we pass the ball.
Our O-line, we have to play well. They were sending all their guys, their big guys up front. The linebackers are very physical. So we knew they were coming. We just had to battle with them and just get the job done. O-line played outstanding today. They did their job blocking up front. And I just found the hole and I ran through and got the positive yards.
Up front, you know what I mean. We always got to play well up front, offense and defense. Special teams did a good job, and we made plays when we had to. A couple 4th down plays on offense. We made a couple 4th down plays on defense. So, it was an exciting game. Hey, right now we're going to enjoy this for about 3 hours, and then we got a monster game against a really, really good program.
Pope John will take on Paramus Catholic next. For Jersey Sports Zone, I'm Neri Rodriguez.
Jersey Sports Zone's coverage of Modern Day Prep is being brought to you by Gold Coast Cadillac. How about this for a road trip? Canada Prep from St. Catharines, Ontario, journeys to Middletown, New Jersey. Welcome. It's the Seraphs hosting Canada Prep, and Modern Day Prep's defense has one heck of a playmaker on the defensive line. That's Isaiah Henderson with the sack early. And then how about another big-time player? Shita Silla. That is a serious lick right there. We are scoreless after 1. Second quarter action now. George Pearson running the offense. Melvin Ingram, the transfer from Neptune. A big 15-yard run right there, and it sets the stage for the first score of the game. George Pearson, that's a D1 throw to Isaiah Alston and a D1 catch. Alston comes down with it. That was beautiful. Great ball by Pearson, 7-0 Modern Day Prep in front. The Seraphs defense looked like they were ready to pitch a shutout. They were real dominant in the first 2 quarters. Henderson with his 2nd sack of the game. But give credit to Canada Prep. They only had 26 players on the roster, and they came to play. Every trip for them is a long road trip. And this is Kendrick Benson getting away from the secondary. 54-yard touchdown. Canada Prep is on the board, but this is key right here. Great block by John Leverock. At the half, it's 7-6 Mater Dei Prep, and you'll find out later that extra point block was huge. Third quarter, do we have an upset brewing? Tajay Ahmed, see ya, 59 yards. Canada Prep takes a 13-7 lead. And Mater Dei Prep needed to dig down deep in the fourth quarter to try and rally. And they came together with a big-time drive here. This was the big play of the game. Pearson with the pump fake. Johnny Bloodgood comes down with it at the 1-yard line. And with 7 minutes and 20 seconds to go, Mater Dei Prep turns to Melvin Ingram from a yard out. Good push there by the O-line. Extra point is good. 14-13 Serifs. With under 2 minutes to go, Canada Prep at midfield looking to take the lead, but Kyle Devaney seals the win. Devaney, such a talented slot receiver, he comes up with a massive defensive play, and the home crowd at Mater Dei Prep quite happy to see the Serifs remain unbeaten in 2017. 14-13 is your final. Mater Dei Prep is now on a 15-game win streak, carrying over from last season. Malik Ingram with the game winner from a yard out in the fourth, but that Johnny Bloodgood catch from George Pearson really set the stage. And Canada Prep, they had Mater Dei on the ropes, but it's the Serifs pulling through with a 1-point victory as Mater Dei Prep is now 3-0 in 2017. Jersey Sports Zone's coverage of Keensburg is being brought to you by BCB Bayshore, your community bank. We head over to Keensburg and continue our Saturday Shore coverage. Pinelands Regional rowing into town. There's the oar. It's the Wildcats and Titans in a tough defensive battle. Brendan Richardson on the opening kickoff is able to get past a couple of tackles there. Good job of maneuvering his way downfield into Keensburg territory. What a great start for Pinelands. Awesome field position. And with that massive offensive line, the Wildcats just march down the field. Christopher Milano, the fullback, gets into the zone. 6-0 Pinelands early. So a good drive there by Pinelands to start the game. Keensburg gets their first possession. Liam Reeks takes the handoff from Danny Vitale. He tries to make a move, but watch sophomore Andrew Bartlett get his hand in right there. It's a fumble. Evan Burton falls on the loose ball, and early on, Pinelands has the momentum. All those kids play two ways. Burton's a great running back, and there you see him making a big play on defense. Second quarter, Pinelands threatening again. Brendan Richardson takes the handoff, little stiff arm right there. Down to the 11-yard line, the Wildcats in striking distance. 2 plays later, Evan Burton jams it in. Way to get low, Evan. Pinelands has a 13-0 lead with 9:37 to go in the half. After the Wildcats missed a field goal, huge play here. Vitale to Liam Reeks. It's the halfback option. Jashawn Martin comes down with it. Marked down at the 33 after offsetting penalties. And now Vitale feeling the momentum. Looks like he's going to throw this one away under pressure. But Joe Osterby does something special. Yeah, way to get your foot in, Joe. Osterby with a clutch 21-yard catch, under a minute to go in the half. And a few plays later, it's the end around to Darius Moore, the jet sweep. He hits the edge. Darius Moore from 4 yards out at the half. Keensburg's in it. They're down 13-7. And then the second half starts with a bang. Jashawn Martin fields the kick, turns around the edge. He's flying down the sidelines. He gets down to the Pinelands 36-yard line and tack 15 more due to a face mask. So Keensburg looking good right out of the gates in the third quarter. Vitale then options off to Liam Reeks, who follows his blockers, makes a spin move. Oh, good juke right there by Reeks. And Keensburg is on the move. 2 plays later, Miguel Crespo. Good blocking by the O-line. The Titans take a 14-13 lead. 10 minutes to go in the third quarter. Keensburg is all fired up. And with that momentum on offense, the Titans defense really buckled down in the second half. Joe Osterby with the key 4th down stop. And the Titans are now starting to feel it. Fourth quarter, Pinelands threatening again. Osterby comes flying in off the edge. He forces a fumble. Devin Lewandowski comes up with a critical turnover. Now Kingsburg would stall again on offense. It's still 14-13, 3 minutes to go. Garrett Brown looking downfield. He finds Brennan Richardson with a great catch right there. Oh, man. And now the Wildcats are threatening. 2:05 to go. After a Pinelands timeout, it comes down to this. 4th and 16. Can the Kingsburg defense come up with one more big play? Garrett Brown steps back. It's Justin Alessi on the big pass breakup. And the Kingsburg Titans, yeah, they're fired up, and they should be. That's a big win for Kingsburg. Coming from behind, down 13-0 in the first half at home, the Titans rally for a 14-13 win. What a great ball game. Kingsburg picks up their second win of the season, and give a lot of credit to Coach John Bird. He has such a good attitude with these kids. It's hard to play high school football when you're not winning every single week. Kingsburg is putting in the hard work, and now they're seeing it pay off. That's a great victory for Kingsburg, a 1-point triumph. And after the game, R.J. Cook caught up with the head coach, John Bird, who said his defense came to play in this one.
One thing that we haven't done in the past that we're starting to do now, and I think it bodes well for us, is respond to adversity. Our defense does return 8, 9 starters that have played 3 years of varsity football, and I think they want it, and that want in itself just had them attacking the football. It took a little bit to get acclimated to the game and what those guys over there were doing, and they run that offense tremendously, but I think after that, they just got after it.
Let's head down to Manasquan. The Barnegat Bengals off to a 3-0 start. Coach Rob Davis awfully excited about his program, and he should be. Manasquan coming off that tough loss last week to Middletown South in the Antonucci Bowl. Here's Tommy Antonucci rolling right, picking up 15 yards on the Warriors' opening drive. And Manasquan was able to march down the field. This drive is capped off when Connor Morgan finds the zone from a yard out. He burrows his way into the zone. It's 7-0 Manasquan. And with the ground game established, Tommy Antonucci able to work it now through the air. His top target is James Pendergist. And look at Pendergist carry defenders. Man, that is a big-time play. 46 yards for Pendergist, and it would lead to this. Antonucci to Pendergist, get those feet in. Well done. 12-yard touchdown for James Pendergist. It's 14-0 Manasquan. The Warriors really shined on defense in this game, as well as special teams. A little trouble for the Bengals here. It's recovered, but Manasquan's able to force a fumble, and it's Dylan DeAnton with the recovery. Great field position for Manasquan, and they're going to turn that turnover into points. Right off the turnover on the very next play. Look at that power formation. Good job right there. Connor Morgan gets to the left side, and he's in the zone from 6 yards out. 21-0 Manasquan in front. More big hitting by Manasquan. Dylan DeAnton had a great game. He causes the fumble here. Evan Hilla with the recovery. At the half, Manasquan in control. It's 21-0 at the half. And with that 3-touchdown lead at home, Manasquan does a great job of really controlling the clock and controlling the line of scrimmage. Canyon Birch here picks up 21 yards. And they have depth in the backfield. They go back and forth. Birch gets it some. Connor Morgan, they really share the load well. Look at Connor Morgan spinning his way for a tough 16-yard gain. And then back to Canyon Birch. Birch with a gain of 18 down to the 1-yard line. And the scoring is wrapped up when Canyon Birch plunges his way into the zone from a yard out. And the Manasquan Warriors get a quality victory on Saturday at home. 27-0 is your final. Connor Morgan, 19 carries for 86 yards and 2 scores. The Warriors' defense has been tremendous. They only gave up that one 50-yard touchdown run last week to Ben Kinsella. Other than that, this defense has been lights out for the past 2 weeks. Manasquan gets a 27-0 win at home over Barnegat. Jersey Sports Zone's coverage of Keyport is being brought to you by BCB Bayshore, your community bank. Jersey Sports Zone's coverage of South River is brought to you by Campesino Restaurant. We've got a Saturday night special in Keyport. They rent the lights for a special occasion. Former Red Raider head coach Mike Ciccatelli, he coached at Keyport for 36 years, honored on Saturday night. The home field renamed in his honor, Mike Ciccatelli Field. He won 6 sectional titles, 231 wins, and he had a chance to break down the huddle with some great Keyport alumni one more time. What a great scene. Keyport did a great job with that ceremony, and the Raiders came out hot. Greg Robinson, the 2-yard touchdown. Keyport's on the board. It's 6-0 Raiders. Late first quarter now, South River driving down the field. Michael DeSantis keeps it himself. He's out of bounds at the 8-yard line. And on the very next play, DeSantis shows off his arm. He finds Kyle Bazak. Great grab right there, an 8-yard touchdown. South River takes a 7-6 lead. But Keyport would have an immediate answer. This is Shy-Kim Treadwell, and good luck catching him. That's pure speed right there. He outruns the secondary. Keyport with a 13-7 lead. And then the Raiders would put more points on the board later in the second. This is Jameer Jones from 34 yards out. Good to go. 16-7. Keyport has the lead at the half. Third quarter. Here comes South River. Michael DeSantis bides some time, rolls out, finds Mark Pacheco. That's good for 20 yards. The Rams are knocking on the door at the 10-yard line. And then DeSantis follows it up with his own personal trip to the zone. 2-yard touchdown run, a 50-yard drive. We've got a 16-14 game. And then it's time for the Rams defense to step up. Kyle Bazak with the INT. And look at the great run. 35 yards. South River is at the 7-yard line. Big play here. It's 4th and goal. South River going for it. DeSantis to Ishmael Abbas-Sharef. Touchdown, South River. The Rams would go for 2. They don't get it. 20-16. 5:15 to go in the third. So it's a 1-score game. Keyport puts together a 9-play drive. Matthew Twigg finds the arms of Terry Outlaw Jr. Watch out, Terry. Almost got caught in the end zone for a safety. But South River takes over with another big turnover. In the fourth quarter, Keyport once again looking to take the lead. Trigg to Jonathan Garrity. Steps out at the 10-yard line, but Keyport would miss a field goal, so it remains a 20-16 ball game. Back and forth in the final quarter, Devin Walner slices through the defense. He picks up a first down, 3 minutes to go right near midfield. It's 4th and 8 inside the 40, under a minute to go, as Twigg looks to Cameron Lightbourne for the late game conversion, but it's incomplete. And South River celebrates their 4th straight win in the young season. A great story, the South River Rams, undefeated, and a big road win. 20-16 is your final. A great game played by both teams. Michael DeSantis had 3 total touchdowns. You saw them all in the highlights. Keyport showed that they are a team that is going to get some victories before it's all said and done. They were right on the doorstep of getting a real quality win, but it's South River by 4, 20-16 your final on Saturday night in Keyport. We've got more Saturday night football as we turn things over to Courtney Dupont, who has Somerville taking on Warren Hills.
Coming into tonight's game, all eyes were on Somerville. Undefeated and ranked number 5 in Group 3 New Jersey teams, Somerville would need to rise to the challenge as they faced conference rivals, the Warren Hills Blue Streaks, who only have 1 loss coming into tonight. After a scoreless first half filled with mistakes by both Somerville and Warren Hills, we pick up with all the action in the second half. All right, and here we go with 7:30 to go in the third quarter. Ryan Kovacs would drop back and throw a 47-yarder to Ty Williams. He would take that one into the end zone to make it 6-0 Pioneers. Somerville would then go for a 2-point conversion, bringing in number 5, Duke McDuffie at QB. He flips the ball to Ryan Rubinski, who finds the end zone. However, there would be a late flag out on the play, and after some discussion amongst the officials, it is ruled offensive pass interference against Rubinski. Pioneers then choose to do the extra point with number 16 Bobby Wortman on the 18-yard line, and it's good. Somerville's up 7-0. And here would be the real turning point of the game. Warren Hills closing in on the end zone fast. Cooper Gabbridge looks for Sean Morris on the outside, but he tips it, and number 50 Marcus Lauber gets the rebound and interception. Pioneer ball on their own 18. And here comes some senior leadership. Ryan Kovacs launches up a rocket to Deshaun Smith way down the field. He would take this one 94 yards for Somerville's second score of the night. It's 14-0 Pioneers. And into the fourth quarter we go. Ryan Kovacs dancing around a little bit, but he spots McDuffie and fires him the ball, gets the Pioneers down to the 1-yard line. McDuffie would then take over at the QB position. He has a QB keeper. He makes it near the goal line. Is he in? It's going to be a close one, but it's ruled a touchdown. And after a failed 2-point conversion, the Pioneers are up 19-0. Next possession, we see Marcus Burnside come in for another QB substitution. He fakes the throw and has a QB keeper. He goes 52 yards for Somerville's fourth score of the night. It's 26-0 Pioneers with 6 minutes left. They are really showing off their versatility with their 3 different quarterbacks and their 3 different skill sets. Warren Hills would go on to score here in the last 2 minutes of the game, but it was too late as the clock winds down. Somerville takes the knee and game over. Final score 26-7 Pioneers. Somerville remains undefeated while Warren Hills receives their second loss. Tonight's stars include Ryan Kovacs, who threw 2 touchdown passes, Marcus Lauber, who grabbed the game-changing interception, and Marcus Burnside with a 53-yard touchdown run late in the fourth quarter. After the game, I caught up with head coach Jeff Vanderbeek, who was not satisfied with this win, as well as Taji Williams and Ryan Kovacs.
Listen, the kids found a way once again. So far, we've been a much better second half team than the first half team. I certainly wasn't very happy with the way the first half, ended up. I think we had 6 possessions and 5 penalties and an interception. So we got a lot of work to do before we play raw way. But at the end of the day, the kids persevered. They cut through the adversity, and we got the W.
We made some great halftime adjustments. They were so wide open, it was almost scary. Like, I didn't want to underthrow them, but I made a good pass and executed. I mean, it was a great play by Tajir to get open, and yeah.
We got in the locker room. Our coaches talked some sense into us, and we finally came together as a team, as a unit, and we got the work done. I think we need to improve on tempo, and we need to wake up early in the game so we could do what we just did. We took that W.
Reporting from Warren Hills High School, I'm Courtney DuPont, and you're watching Jersey Sports Zone.
I'm SNJ Today's Mike Frankel for JerseySportsZone.com in Hamilton for a matchup between St. Joseph and Pennsville. Plenty of questions for the Wildcats heading into the season, but so far St. Joe has answered those questions 3-0 and looking to stay perfect today against the Eagles. First quarter and the Wildcats cash in immediately on special teams. Jada Byers fields the Pennsville punt off of the bounce. Check out Byers as he leaps over a teammate, cuts it back, breaks a tackle, and scores. A 56-yard return for the touchdown to give St. Joe a 6-0 lead. The Wildcats score on their first possession of the game as well. Quasine Townsell plunging in from 3 yards out. 13-zip St. Joe on top. The Wildcats go to Byers on their next possession. The 5'7" sophomore with incredible speed, and once he reaches the sideline, he's gone. Jada Byers, a 53-yard sprint for the score. St. Joe dominating as it's 20-0. Still in the first, and the Wildcats punch it in again. Townsell with his second score of the day as the senior fullback makes it 26-0 St. Joe after 1. Second quarter, and even when you punt it away from Byers, he finds a way to make you pay. Byers fields it off the bounce at his own 12-yard line. Byers picking up some blocks. Byers making his way to the near sideline, and Jada Byers is gone again. How about an 88-yard punt return as St. Joe pounds Pennsville 53-0 your final. 3 scores on the afternoon from Byers and Townsell as the Wildcats improve to 4-0. The Eagles slip to 1-3 overall. To Woodbury now, where the Thundering Herd hosts Salem. Both of these teams hoping to make some noise in the South Jersey Group 1 playoffs later this year. First quarter, Herd quarterback Andre Parker fakes the handoff, and he'll keep it. Parker goes 21 yards in for the touchdown, and Woodbury leads 7-0 after 1. Second quarter, Hurd on the move once again. Parker lobs a pass to the end zone. Isaiah Turner leaps and rips it out of the air for a touchdown. Turner times his jump perfectly to make it 14-zip Woodbury at the half. Third quarter, and the Rams defense steps up. Savion Moore knocks the football loose. Tykaron Morrison scoops it up and races in for Salem's first points of the game. The 34-yard fumble return makes it 14-6. All right, late in the fourth, the Rams are marching down the field. This is Zuri Dublin with a first down run for Salem, as the Rams need a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to force overtime. Salem down to the 7-yard line now, and the Hurd defense saves the day. Keyshawn Christian picks off the pass at the goal line, and Woodbury hangs on. 14-6 your final. The Thundering Herd improved to 3-1 on the season. The Salem Rams fall to 2-2. I'm Mike Frankel for JerseySportsZone.com.
A special thanks to all our team at JerseySportsZone.com. They have been going nonstop for the past 3 days, and that's the reason we were able to bring you 30 games of high-definition highlights. Don't forget on Sunday to come back here on JerseySportsZone.com. Cast your vote for the top play captured by our cameras. The winner of that poll will receive an invite to our statewide banquet coming up in December. And we also have the top performers from every part of the state. 4 different game ball polls. Cast your vote, and we'll be once again visiting high school football practices midweek to honor great New Jersey high school football players. For our team at JerseySportsZone.com, I'm Rich Krampanis. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next week with more high school football right here on JerseySportsZone.com. Want to see highlights and features from your favorite school? Jersey Sports Zone is entirely supported by our great sponsors. Email marketing@JerseySportsZone.com to get your business in front of our loyal audience and highlights from your hometown.